Stellantis third quarter revenue increases. BMW wants suppliers to step up. The 2023 Ford Transit Trail and more. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Laura Harris. Welcome to Auto News Now. Coming up, more on those headlines for you. But first, our lead story. We've been following along with recent automaker sales. And now Stellantis Q3 revenue is in. The automaker is up 29%, marking a double-digit increase. The company says sales were helped by higher volumes amid better semiconductor supplies. But while the semiconductor crunch eases, other supply chain issues still loom. But despite that, net revenues were more than $41 billion. Vehicle deliveries rose 13%, and the group's global sales of battery electric vehicles increased by 42%. Officials say they're confident they can continue to manage production without any significant operations. BMW needs EV parts, and they want existing suppliers to provide them. The automaker faces the task of converting its established global supply chain so it can crank out electric vehicles at its U.S. factory near Spartanburg, South Carolina. But before that happens, it must develop a complex EV supplier network in that region. And now officials are rethinking how new technologies and raw materials are sourced. The bottom line, building EVs means suppliers must step up and manufacture the new parts for them. You can read more on these stories in our newsletter, The Daily. To subscribe, go to the More section on our website and click Newsletters on the left side of the screen.
Volatility has been around in our industry for a while. We're a very resilient industry, so I don't think it's anything we've never seen before. So although it's muddy waters and it could be somewhat challenging in the moment, I think we'll make it through.
That's Jared Carver, CEO of Winner's Circle Automotive Group. He was one of many guests at our annual Automotive News Retail Forum. The event brings together the very best in automotive retail to engage in discussions on the future of the industry.
It feels great. It gives me an opportunity to meet a lot of like-minded individuals in my industry, and it also gives me an opportunity to learn from folks that cover our industry like you guys, so it's an awesome opportunity.
Dealership consolidation has picked up speed as both bigger and smaller retailers, along with medium-sized groups, have gone on store buying sprees. But how long will the frenzied deal pace last? And how will this affect the market?
I'm a big believer in the retail automotive franchise system and dealers, I guess, as you would say. And the good ones I have found, which most of them are, and really want to take care of customers, have always evolved.
That's Mark LeNave, chairman of the auto dealership vertical at Franchise Equity Partners. Jared and Mark were speakers for the Let's Make a Deal panel. It's a panel that focuses on two main questions. How can economic headwinds on the horizon affect the dealership buy-sell market? And what do dealers need to know if they're considering buying or selling? Jared says pay attention to the franchise and the location. He says in the future, scaling will be huge if there's ever a market downturn, recession, or if interest rates go higher.
If you're scaling your business, it gives you a lot of opportunity to prepare for the absolute worst case scenario. So just ability to scale, I think that's the number one thing, and that's what we're focusing on now.
Mark says if dealers are considering buying or selling, they need to focus on what will be the normalized earnings stream moving forward. For new cars, used cars, F&I, and fixed operations. Mark says the craziness of the market makes that number hard to find.
How much of that increased profitability is really going to flow through into the future as things get more normal, production comes up? Certainly not all of it. I think it'll be structurally a little bit better than it was back in 2019, but really what dealers have to spend a lot of time on is what is that normalized earnings stream moving forward.
Although the future is uncertain, both our panelists believe those in the industry will continue to adapt to the fast-changing market.
I think overall, dealers that are multi-generational have been through dozens of recessions and fluctuations in interest rates and gas prices, and they'll weather these too.
Thank you to Jared and Mark for taking the time to speak with us. There's big news for Ford. Say hello to the 2023 Ford Transit Trail. The automaker is expanding its van lineup with a variant that aims at adventure and lifestyle customers looking for alternatives to recreational vehicles and motorhomes. The van rides 3.5 inches higher than the standard Transit, has a 2.75-inch wider track, is powered by a 3.5-liter V6 engine, and is expected to generate 310 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. The Transit will be highly customizable with various parts and accessories. It will be available this spring, but it'll cost you a bit more than $67,000. That's all we have today for Auto News Now. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at AutoNewsTV and online at autonews.com for updates from our reporters all day, every day. I'm Laura Harris. Have a great night, and I'll see you all next time.